of those things have to line up. Are you talking to the right people? That's the message. That's the market. Sometimes even I have to think about it. Who's your market? Look, I'm going to talk about this in just a minute, but only one person in the room. I sat in the back and listened to you guys do your introductions. I remember one person, and it's this young lady over here. You want to know why? Because she told you specifically what she does and who she works with. Women-owned businesses under $3 million. You want to know why? Because she did that in a direct response kind of way, which I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. The rest of you were just me too. Sorry. I know that made some of you mad. I don't care. Okay? I'm not getting paid for this, so if I make some of you mad, so be it. All right? Some of you are mad even before I started this morning. It's all good. Okay? Message, market, media. She told you pretty much those three things, not the media part, but she's in the media, right, in this room. So the market, not just I work with business owners. Be specific. Who's your target? Really hone it in. By the way, for those of you who want, I'm going to give you an opportunity. I have two things for you today. I'm going to pass a bag around here in a minute. If you want them, I'm going to give you a target market checklist, which will help you hone in on this. And I've got a way. Anybody need more clients?
Yeah.
How about 99 ways to get new clients? Okay, I've got those two things for you. I'll just throw this around. You guys throw your business cards in here. I will email those to you. Let me be for real tomorrow. Okay, so just throw your card in there, and we'll get that to you. If you guys are really good and you play with me the right way, somebody may win an hour consult with me. How about that? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, it's all good. You got it? Okay. All right.
Your button is not working.
That's because it's not on yet, man. You think I'm going to ruin my battery while I'm sitting back there watching you guys? See? Here we go. Here we go. All right. So there we go. Marketing triangle. Oops. Hang on. Hey. Oh. Oh. I'm too fast for it. Okay, ready? Slow down. Okay. Notice that this has arrows, and the arrows go both ways. Okay? Who's your market? What's your message? Your message doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good. Some of you are not doing things because you think it has to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be great. It just has to be good. And then the media. This is key, you guys. If you're talking to a 20-year-old, would you be in a different media than if you're talking to a 50-year-old? Would you?
Yes.
This is yes. This is no. And this is we have no idea what you're talking about. We wish you would shut up, Diane. Got it? Would you talk to a 20-year-old different than you talk to a 50-year-old?
Yes.
Thank you. Do you talk to men differently than you might talk to a woman?
Yes.
Would you talk to a lawyer differently than you would talk to a plumber?
Yes.
Would you talk to them in different places?
Yes.
The question is, are you? Mic drop. The question is, are you? See, it's not my job to teach you anything today. My job is to make some of you think, and the rest of you think differently. Did you get that? I just insulted somebody that didn't even realize it, okay? All right. Kind of intentional. All right. You want some more? Is this good?
Yes.
Anybody learned anything so far?
Yes.
It's okay to raise your hand. Anybody learned anything so far?
Yes.
All right. Some of you are just here because it's hot outside. All right. Okay. So, what is marketing? Marketing is really psychology plus math. You have to understand how people think and what makes them tick, and then the math, so that you know if you're making money, if you know you've got a return on investment, you know what your profits are, you know what your costs are. Okay? Too many of you aren't measuring, and I'm going to show you that here in just a minute. All right? So, psychology, how they think, math for your numbers. I don't care if you don't like numbers, hire somebody else to do it. Okay? It's an essential part of being in business and doing business. Now, here's the question. Did I just skip? Yep. So there's a difference between traditional advertising and marketing. What most of you did in here this morning was traditional advertising, Me Too billboard. There it is. Here I am. Hi, I'm Diane Conklin from Caldwell Backer. Okay, and? Right? Okay, so it's traditional advertising is all about image. It's all about Me Too. It's all about, there's no way to know if it's working. Here, let me ask you this question. Can any of you compete with companies like HP, Coca-Cola, FedEx, or Toyota? Can you? No, you can. You have $3 million to put toward a Super Bowl commercial? If you do and you can, terrific. Then use Me Too advertising. Good luck to you. Most of us in this room cannot compete with those kind of marketing dollars. Okay? You can't. So then stop trying. Stop being like everybody else. This is what most of you are doing. You're sticking your company name, your address, your phone number, your email, and your website maybe, right? It's a billboard. It's a sign out front. Stop being the sign out front. Do something that sets yourself apart in your business and your marketing that says, I should do business with him. I should do business with her. As opposed to doing business with someone else or doing nothing at all. Because doing nothing is a choice, right? Right?
Yes.
Are y'all awake? Yes. Because I've been up for a really long time. All right. So let me show you how image advertising doesn't work. Anybody remember these? Who is that? What company is that?
No idea.
No idea. Imagine that. It is pets.com. Very good. One person in the room. Okay, here's another one. What company is that? Monster.com. Anybody else? It's Weight Watchers.
Really?
Yep, that's been a couple of years ago, but this little guy was called Hungry. Okay? Do you want to know what the number one question Weight Watchers got asked when they got phone calls about this? Where can I buy the doll? Okay? It's funny, but you all are doing this too. It's the wrong thing, right? Do you want them to know Weight Watchers? Do you want them to know weight loss? Do you want them to know all that? Or do you want them asking about a doll? Here's another one. You ready? Who's that?
Taco Bell.
Okay, y'all got that because it's a cute doll, right? Let me ask you this question. How many tacos did little Mr. Mancino sell?
A lot.
How do you know?
Because we remember.
You remembered him. Are they still using him in their marketing? Oh, okay. The answer is how many tacos did little Mr. Mancino, and I'm making that up, how many tacos did he sell? The answer is we have no way to know. But we know that they stopped using him, and so maybe it wasn't as effective as you guys think it was. Okay? There's another dog that looks just like him. Okay? Whether he's alive or dead, it doesn't matter. They stopped using the dog. That should tell you something. But the real thing that you need to understand is they don't know. Because they can't measure this. Nobody can measure this kind of marketing. You can't either. So if you have the money and you want to just go throw marketing dollars out there, knock yourself out. If you just want to throw money away, the last name is Conklin. C-O-N-K. Thank you. I'll take your check. This half the room thought it was funny. These guys are all like this. What? Just kidding. All right. So here's another one. Somebody tell me what company this is. It's the Energizer Bunny. They sell batteries. What's the company? The company is actually no. It's Everready. The question is this: Do you want them to buy batteries, or do you want them to buy batteries from you? Do you want them to buy insurance, or do you want them to buy insurance from you? Do you want them to buy a house or a new business, or do you want them to buy it from you? Okay, everybody knows it's the Energizer Bunny, but nobody except one person in the room knew it was Everready. Do you get it? Mm-hmm. You know, my car works just fine, and I can go to the mountain now. Do you get it?
Yes.
Just good?
Yes.
You want some more?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you having fun?
Yes.
Good, because I am. All right. Direct response marketing. That's what I want to talk to you about. It can be used anywhere, offline, online, radio, TV, brick and mortars, big companies, small companies, anywhere you can think of, and I'm about to tell you what direct response marketing is. But just know you can use it in your businesses, and you should be. All right? There's two things that distinguish direct response marketing. One is that it's action-oriented. It's action-oriented. See, you guys, everybody's sitting around like this. You've got to get them, first, to lean forward. Second, to get up and take some action with your company. You want them to do something, okay? Like what? Well, maybe you want them to go to a website. It's a one-page landing page where you're asking for their contact information, right? Typically, we're going to offer them something to do this, but that's the thing. Maybe it's bring in a coupon, and that probably isn't applicable for most of you, but for some of you, you might be able to help some of the businesses that you're working with some of these ideas. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do that, I would be happy to have the referrals. So, all right, bring in this coupon. Call a 24-hour free recorded message. How many of you ever seen that? We use this all the time. Why? Because it takes away, what most of you are doing is call now, right? How many of you want to be sold?
Nobody.
No hand went up. How many of you want to buy? Whole different deal, right? So when you take the threat, if you will, right? The scariness of, oh my gosh, somebody might sell me something, away, it's a 24-hour free recorded message. Call this number to get this free report, to get this information, to find out about the 3 things you need to know before you sell your business, the 3 things you need to know before you buy your business that no one else will tell you, the 4 biggest mistakes that people make before when they're buying a business and how to avoid them. Would your people be interested in that? See, what we're doing is we're building a relationship. We're starting to have a conversation with them instead of trying to sell them something as soon as you see them, right? I mean, you guys have all seen it. You walk in someplace and the first question is, can I help you? Maybe, but not at the moment, right? Like I just walked in. Okay? There's other ways to do that. That's what this is doing. A free report, a free CD, a free DVD. Most companies don't utilize this. Why? Because they think if I bring enough people in and slam them with my message, they're going to buy. This helps to build a relationship and move people through your system. Most people call them a funnel. Most of your funnels aren't working, so stop using them. That's a whole other talk that I don't have time for today. Okay, so it's actionable. The second thing that makes direct response marketing is it's measurable. See, the problem with the billboard is the same problem with the image advertising that I showed you a minute ago, right? With Hungry and Pets.com and all those, is you put an image out there, but no one remembers it. And you can't measure it. Again, you're throwing marketing dollars at something that you don't know if it's working or not. Here's my response to that. Stop it. Stop. But you're doing it, why? Well, because everybody else does it, because everybody else in my industry does it, because it's all you know. Well, guess what? Now that you know better, I told you I was coming for you. Now that you know better, do better. Okay? Stop using image advertising that you can't measure. And I don't care where you're using it. In the newspaper, on a billboard, on social media, which, by the way, isn't free. It isn't free. You have your time invested or somebody's time invested. Social media isn't free. So stop being cheap. Some of you are being way too cheap in your advertising and your marketing. Okay? So here's the big advantage, is that this is, because you can measure, you know what your results are, which means you can very quickly stop and start your marketing. You can say, that didn't work, let's tweak something and change something and try it again. Or let's eliminate that media because that's not bringing in the right buyers for us. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Are you guys using this kind of marketing? How many of you are using this kind of marketing right now? Okay, good. I'm in the right place because 2 of you raised your hand. The rest of you just aren't going to. How many of you just aren't going to raise your hand no matter what I do? I gotcha. I always get them. All right, but do you see how? I told you I was going to have fun. Do you see how this will enable you to make really good marketing decisions and really good decisions in your business about how you're investing your marketing dollars? I didn't say spending. I don't want you to spend your marketing. I want you to invest it so that you get a return back. Even if it's break even. You can't run your business on break even forever, but you can for a little while with your marketing. If it pays for itself, and you understand that part of this is, the key is to having a big back end. Some of you will get that later. Then you'll get it, okay? I know you didn't get it because it's not a big back end, right? That's the deal? All right. I'll tell you what a friend of mine says, but you'll have to ask me for that later. All right. So, it's fast. It's quick. You can test this very easily online, or with social media. Then, if it works online, you can test it in other offline media. Oh my God, Diane, you mean I have to spend money on offline media? Yes, you do. You should be. Okay? Don't. One is the worst number in business and marketing. If you're married, it's the best number. We won't go there. But in business and marketing, because if that one thing stops working, guess what? You are
Out of business.
there you go! OOB! Out of business. Okay? So one is always the worst number when it comes to marketing. Oh, dang it. Oh. I'm having my fingers too fast. Okay, do you want to see some examples of this?
Yes.
Oh, now I have your attention. Okay. Those are two ads placed side by side in the same publication. In the same publication. Anybody want to guess right off the top, based on what I just showed you, is the one on, how many of you think the one on your left is direct response? How many of you think the one on the right is direct response? How many of you still haven't a clue? Okay, I should go back and redo the whole last 20 minutes, but I won't. Okay, so here, let me show you. Dental implants. There are dental implants and dentures, so it's kind of the same kind of thing, right? Good Morning America, what is that doing? Credibility, exactly. It's giving credibility. Look where I was. We were on Good Morning America. Free booklet. Direct response. Okay? Free booklet. Call toll free, 24-hour free recorded message line. Is this ringing a bell? Did I just talk about this? Okay? This is a direct response ad. Call now. Now is an action word. Call now. Not tomorrow, not when you think about it. Call now. All right? Ask for booklet in. Look what we just did. Actionable and measurable. Booklet in will let him know exactly which publication this ad came from. All right? Here's the mistake. You want to give people different ways to get this. This is just his main website. He should have set up another URL where they could have gotten this free booklet that was specific, that matched this ad, so that he could have measured that. That's the only really bad thing about that. But look, you don't know where his office is. You don't have a direct phone number to his office. You don't know what he's charging, but you want that free booklet. Now, this would be better if he told you what the free booklet was. Okay? But the point is, it's way better than this image ad over here, okay? Which says call for an appointment. Want to be sold? Call for an appointment, okay? We're even going to tell you exactly how much we're going to charge you. You don't even have to call to find that out. We've told you so much in this ad, you can make a buying decision just from the ad in the newspaper, okay? $50 off. We've given you all sorts of things. Here's where the office is. Happens to be in Melbourne, Florida, where I was living at the time that I found both of these. All right, and I have no idea why this woman is laughing. This is dentures. It's not funny, okay? But that may or may not be the best picture. All right, let's look at another one. Check this ad out. I don't even know how I'm supposed to read this. Best prices in 6 years. Call for estimate while they last. While what lasts? The prices or the aluminum? While what lasts? Okay? You're laughing, but you guys are doing these same kinds of things. All right? Check this out. Again, call for an estimate. Again, you're going to get sold. Best prices in 6 years. On what? I don't even know what this is. Okay? Phone number, direct website, 21 years, over 21 years of quality service. Does that set you apart? No. Everybody says we've been around the longest, we're the cheapest. Don't get me started on the cheapest, okay? You don't, that's never a position that you want because it turns you into a commodity. All right? Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Okay, oops, I shouldn't have done that because now I got to go through all these. Anybody ever seen ads like that? Anybody placing those kind of ads? It's okay, you don't have to raise your hand. I know all you are doing, I already have done it. Okay? Now you can stop. All right, you want to know a little bit about me?
Yeah.
How many of you in the room, by the way, speak at all? Anybody else? Anybody speak in front of the room?
Yes.
There's a teaching moment. I've been talking to you for about 25 minutes. I've noticed I didn't start off with who I am, what I do, where I'm from, any of that. Why is that? Nobody cares. Do you care now? Everybody, when I said, do you want to know a little bit about me? People were like, yeah, right? You care now. Why? Because I gave you a reason to. I gave you something, hopefully a lot, right? Hopefully that wasn't a fire hose like we talked about this from this morning, right? If you can take one thing from this presentation, then I will be happy. Just one thing. One new thing, one thing. But don't just take it. Go implement it. Go use it. Go try it. That's what you're here for. Okay, so let me tell you just a little bit about me. That is actually part of the 75-acre farm that I grew up in the Dayton, Ohio area. Anybody else grew up on a farm? Anybody ever seen a farm? Okay, for those of you who are speakers, what did I just do? I lost everyone else in the room because nobody grew up on a farm. So I told a joke, but I brought everybody back in because now everybody can relate to that. Okay? You guys are getting way more than just marketing. I'm teaching you how to be a better speaker. All right? That's me. It's a one-time deal in my tutu when I was a little girl. That never happened again. So I got my undergrad from the University of Missouri where I played softball. Very proud of those days. It was actually the first class that was in the NCAA from the AIAW. That just means I'm old. I played way before they had the $3, $6, $8, $9 million stadiums. We didn't even have fences. When the ball went so far that it got into the cornfield, we threw up our hands. Right? And I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. So I got my undergrad from there. I have a master's degree in exercise science from the University of Tennessee. Go Vols. So people ask me now that both teams are in the SEC, who do you root for? The answer is whoever is on offense. Okay? So you guys obviously know I'm living in Atlanta now. There's another really awesome picture of me with the mullet. All y'all white folks had one. You black folks don't know a clue what a mullet is, and that's okay. But don't laugh at me because you all know that you all had one. All right, many years ago. So that's Ted Thomas. Ted is a real estate entrepreneur in Merritt Island, Florida. That's some direct mail that we did, him being crazy. But I worked for him for free for a year. Yes, she said free. To learn this business, to learn how to speak, to learn how to sell, to learn how to do a lot of the things that I'm doing now. And I ran his company for about 5.5 years in Merritt Island before I moved back to Atlanta. I won an award called the Glazer Kennedy Insider Circle Marketer of the Year Award. That has given me a lot of opportunity to go out and speak and do a lot of different things. The reason I'm so proud of that award is 750 of my peers voted me the best of the 3 contenders out of 10,000 members.
Wow.
So, thank you. So that means a lot to me because it was a peer voted thing. And for those of you who don't know, yeah, I'm totally rocking a dress and you don't get to see my legs. So that's that. If you want to see my legs in a dress, you got to go a little farther with me than that. I spent a year, that's right, in the tutu. So I spent a year in Lexington, Kentucky, also known as hell. Sorry if anybody's from there, but that's what it was for me. So I met a guy, and I had an opportunity to do some business stuff with him. It didn't work out. Sometimes that happens in business. And so thank God Atlanta was still here, and I moved back. So now I'm not in hell anymore. I'm an avid reader. I had, when I moved to Lexington, I had 55 boxes of books. When I moved back, I narrowed it down to only 35, but the movers weren't very happy with me. But about 95% of those I've read. So I love to read. If you don't like to read, get audiobooks, but keep learning, keep learning. And that is Barnabas and Zach. Those are my Welsh Pembroke Corgis. Me and my little guys do all sorts of things together. So that's just a little bit more about me and who I am and why I'm here today. Here's the thing, guys. If you use this direct response marketing, if you use these tools that I've tried to give you today, you will leverage your business and leverage things in your business like never before. Marketing is a leverage tool, right? You think about leveraging other people's money. You think about leveraging other people's time. You think about technology as leverage. Marketing is leverage. Look, what I'm doing right now is leverage because I'm not talking to you individually one at a time. I'm talking to the 45 of you in the room all at once. That's leverage. Speaking is leverage when you can speak to a group. Find ways to leverage your business. Marketing is, I think, the ultimate way to do that. Am I biased? Yeah, but I've been in business for 25 years and literally have helped thousands of business owners in my career in all different areas and all different fields. So while I may be a little biased because I love marketing, I think it's a pretty good idea of how that works. Okay? Here's the other thing. This is about being strategic. Marketing is strategic. It's not a tactic. Okay? When you start thinking about tactics, it's the bright, shiny object. Ooh, there it goes. Oh, let me go do that. Right? We run to those things. Let me go do that. Why? Well, because it's bright and shiny. It looks good, right? We think it's going to work. By the time somebody tells you about a tactic, it's probably already stopped working. It's probably already stopped working. So stop looking for tactics. Look to be strategic. Do your marketing in ways that make sense. And I talked to several of you in the room. We talked about being old school. Some things that are quote old school still work. You know, direct mail doesn't seem to be as sexy. It's not as popular, but it works. And you're in business to make money, so do what works. Sometimes that isn't always the bright, shiny thing, right? I've been doing direct mail for so long that I use the cat's tongue. For those of you who are young and don't remember, we used to have to lick stamps and put them on. Now you just peel them off. It'll be funny later. It's funny to me, but it wasn't funny to you. Okay. Oh, no, I'm not from Missouri. I'm from Ohio, so you missed that. All right, it's all good. But, so here's the different kinds of marketing, right? We talked and touched on some of these. See, I told you I didn't need this thing. Direct mail, yes, it does take money to do off the top, and it works, okay? You've got things online, internet, you've got email. Most of you are probably utilizing email marketing. The question is it working? Are you sending 3,000 pieces or 4,000 or 300 pieces out? And what kind of response are you getting? Again, measure, know what's happening, know what's working. Social media, that's the big key right now, right? Everybody wants to be on social media. Are you pulling me off the plug? No, my buddy's pulling me off. Okay, everybody wants to be on social media, right? LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, strawberries, blueberries, you know, they're popping up all over the place. There's probably some specific to your industry, which, by the way, you should check out. And if there aren't, maybe you should start one. Maybe you should start one. Or start a group on Facebook, because after all, everybody's on Facebook every single day. Why make them go to a different platform? Did you know you can make money with groups on Facebook? I have a friend who charges $47 to crafters, and she has 1,950 crafters paying her $47 a month. For those of you who can't do the math, last I checked, that was like $95,000 a month. Month after month after month after month after month. It's called continuity income. Radio, TV, newspapers, you can use this on all of those different media. By the way, you should be utilizing this in at least 2 or 3 of these every month, and try different things. Sometimes things will work, sometimes things stop working. Okay? Sometimes things aren't as effective now as they were in the beginning. Target market and niche, right? You need to be targeting in, you need to be niching down, right? Women, businesses under $3 million. That's a pretty good start to a niche. I would niche that even further. All right, you need about 30,000 in your niche to make it profitable. But niche your market. Don't be for everyone. Look, you can't be for everyone. You can, but look, Diane, everybody buys socks. Yeah, but you know what? You can charge a whole lot more for blister-resistant running socks. Ask me how I know that. So I've lost 37 pounds since March, and part of it has been walking 5 to 7 miles on the weekends at Stone Mountain. With new shoes, I got some blisters. So there are really blister-resistant socks, okay? List building. How many of you need more prospects to talk to? More people to say, hey, did you know I do this? Or do you know I can help you do that? Anybody need just more people on your list? Y'all fall asleep again? No. Don't make me come back there, because I will. You know I will. All right? Integrate your marketing. Don't do just one thing, and don't do it by itself. So I'm going to give you an example, right? You want to be omnipresent. You want the biggest compliment anyone can give you as a business owner is for them to say, I see you everywhere. When people say that to me, I go like this. Right? Yes. It means my marketing is integrated. It means when they see something. So this morning on Facebook, I put a post up that I was all dressed up. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, this is all dressed up, right? And I was going out to speak. I had 5 people comment between the time that I left the house and I got here. No big deal, right? I mean, I've got, I don't know, almost 5,000 friends on my main Facebook page, but it creates that, I'm integrating, right? They didn't have to know I was here, but guess what? Now if somebody sees that and says, oh, Diane's a speaker on marketing, maybe I should hire her, which is exactly how I got to you. Because I was in the alumni group when Diane saw it. So integrate, right? Talk about what you're doing on social media, talk about it in your emails, talk about it offline, so that you appear to be omnipresent. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Some of you are still asleep. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. Most of you don't need a business plan, but you do need a marketing plan. Now, some of you are dealing with people who need business plans because they're going to banks and that kind of thing to get money. But that's about the only reason you need a business plan. But you do need a marketing plan. You do need a plan for what are you going to do next year, and how are you going to set the year up, and how are you going to get these new clients, and how are you going to reach your financial goals every month. You do that with a marketing plan. All right? And I'm going to tell you guys in a minute how I can help you do that. Measure, measure, measure. Measure, measure, measure. Did you get that? Did you get that? Okay, you've got to measure. If you're not measuring what you're doing, you're throwing money away. It's not about blanketing and everybody knowing. It's about that specific target market, knowing what you do, who you are, and how you do it. Does that make sense? Yep. All right, it's about results. Start with the end in mind. What's the result that you wanted? How many of you came here this morning with a particular objective, one thing that you wanted to either get out of it or somebody that you wanted to meet? All of you, hopefully, it was to meet me. What are you laughing at? Gosh, I'm sensitive. Y'all hurt my feelings. Seriously, though, maybe there was one person that you knew was going to be here that you wanted to introduce yourself to and start to create a relationship. All right? Maybe it was because you wanted to meet me. Good, because I wanted to meet you. All right? I have a result that I want from today. Everything you do, start with the end in mind and backward plan that. That's what I call that all the time. Okay? It's about the relationship. Now, while I'm going to tell you it is about the relationship and it's about people getting to know you and feel like they can trust you, let's take the know, like, see, here's the part I want you to think and think differently. Know, like, and trust. How many of you have ever heard that before? Know, like, and trust. You got to go, know, like, and trust. Really? If you've got a pussy thing coming out of the top of your leg at your hip, and you go into the doctor's office and he says, drop your pants and let me see him, how many of you are going to say, can I see your degree? Can I get 3 testimonials and 4 credentials and a continuous high? No, you're going to, right? So did he build know, like, and trust? No, he did not. And so many times, this is an overdone thing. Know, like, and trust. Some of you don't even like me, but you're listening, right? Because you're too embarrassed to get up and walk out. I know, I got it. Okay? But think about that piece. You do have to build a relationship. And yes, we do like to do business with people who are like us. But the know, like, and trust factor is a little overdone. Okay? Sort of like high ticket, but that's a whole different thing. Have some fun, right? Dance with your clients a little. Have a little fun. I was talking to somebody this morning who said, might have been Dean, that the great thing about being in business for a long time is that business people that you turn into friends, right? That's the greatest thing about my business. Is so many people that I've helped are now friends. And I help people go to 6, 7, and 8 figures. Some of them in as little as 90 days, and the 7 and 8 figures, sometimes in as little as 12 months. So have some fun with that. You really just have to, most of you in the room have to have more fun, and I can just tell by the looks on your faces why you're going to be like this. Okay? Have a little fun. All right, I have a quick invitation. I have 2 more things that I want to cover. So, how many of you got something out of this? How many of you think if you spend a couple days with me, you might get something more out of it? So I'm doing an event here in Atlanta, November 7th and 8th, out in Stone Mountain, so you have to drive to me this time. If you guys have an interest, I'm not going to get into a bunch of detail. We're going to talk about list building and marketing and all sorts of things. 2 days. Right now, if you go to the website, it's $497. It's regular $997. If you guys want to do it, I've got order forms. Come see me when I'm done. I'm going to take $100 off. So it's $397 today only while I'm here. Okay, is that fair? All right, so here's the mistake that I don't want you guys to make. How many of you have ever seen this? People running, especially after the new year, right? It's January, so we all start our exercise regimes. We have these beautiful clothes, right? We got these amazing sweatsuits for Christmas, and people look really good. They're out there on the road, right? How many of you have seen these? Seen this, right? Y'all shaking your hand, right? Here's the problem. You look at their feet, and that's what they got on. What's the most important tool if you're going to walk or jog or run or work out? It's your shoes. But they forgot that. But boy, do they look good, right? Don't worry about looking good. Worry about doing the thing that makes the most sense in your business. Right? And this guy's even worse. He's got the new shoes. He's got the workout gear. All he's missing is a bag of chips. Right? Because he failed to take action. That's the piece. Take one thing you learned from today and take some action on it. This is what I want you to do. Do the outfit. That's cool, right? Put the date on the back of your shoes so you know when those shoes have been, you've had those shoes for usually 6 months or 300 miles, it's time to change them. It's like your mascara, ladies. You should be putting a date on that thing. Some of you have been using mascara for 3 years and your eyes are about to pop out from infections from using that stuff for so long, right? Same thing. Use the tools that you need and make sure they're the right ones, not just the ones that look good. Okay? What's the most important thing? Right. And the most important thing you're going to measure is 6 inches. Get your minds out of the gutter. 6 inches is $1. You know that? But that's not the 6 inches I'm talking about either. Here's the 6 inches I'm talking about. This is 6 inches between your ears, ladies and gentlemen. Use that 6 inches. If you use nothing else, use that 6 inches. My dad used to tell me this all the time, and I never understood what he meant. It's the most important 6 inches, see, y'all surprised, right? That you have. Think. Do things, don't always, it's not about doing things the right thing. Sometimes it's about doing things the right way. Okay? It's a combination of those two things. So here's the last thing I'm going to say to you. This is a big question I ask a lot of people. Do you currently own a business or do you own a job? In other words, does your business own you? If you own a job, that's probably not why you started your business. Most people started their business for one of two things: time or money freedom. You have to leverage. You have to use leverage. And if you currently own a job, I would love to help you get out of that. Would love to see you at the event. Again, if you guys have questions, I will stay as long as I can until they kick me out of here to answer questions. I've got order forms. Come see me. Oh, we want to do a drawing? Somebody? You guys interested in a free hour with me? Yes. Anybody? Yes. Oh, now they're interested. All right. I'll send the rest of you those 2 checklists. Okay, ready?
Ready.